Hello everyone, how are you today? It's a beautiful day in Brisbane and the sun is shining, but it's still a bit cold, so we've still all got our jumpers on. Is it cold where you are, or are you in a warm place? Today's story is about a man who approached Jesus one day and said, "What do I have to do to get to heaven?" So Jesus told him, "You have to love God with all your body and all your heart and all your brain. And you have to love your neighbour as yourself." So the man thought about that, and then he said to Jesus, "But who is my neighbour?" So Jesus told him a story. And the story took place on the road that goes from Jerusalem to Jericho. So I'm on the bit of floor next to the kids' area, and I've drawn a road that's going a long way. And the story takes place on a bit of the road where there were big rocks along the edge of the road. And this man, who was a Jewish man, was travelling along the road. It's a long walk, but he was quite happy doing what he needed to do. But when he got near the rocks, two bad people, two robbers, jumped out and they bashed him and they hit him and they stole all his things, and then they ran away with all his things. And he wasn't smiling and happy anymore. He was sad, and he lay on the ground and he was hurt badly, and he couldn't get up and look after himself. What was he going to do? Today someone would ring for the ambulance. But they didn't have phones in Jesus' time, and they didn't have ambulances, and they didn't have big modern hospitals with doctors and nurses and people to look after you. So there was nobody to phone to come to help him. And a little while later, a priest was walking along the road, and he was walking the road when he saw the man lying there. Do you know what he did? He walked to the other side of the road and went past without looking and went on his way. We don't know why he did that. He may have been too busy, or he may have been worried that the robbers were going to get him. But what we know is in the story, he walked past. And a little while later, a Levite, that's a man who helps the priest in the temple. He came and he was walking along the road, and he did exactly the same thing. He walked past without stopping and went on his way. The poor man was still lying there, sick and injured, with nobody to help him, when along the road came a Samaritan. And the Samaritan man comes from a place where they don't like the Jews, and the Jews don't like them. But he was coming along the road with his donkey, and do you know what? Do you think he crossed to the other side to get past him? No, he picked up the man who was injured, and he put him on the donkey, and he took him along the road, and like that, looking after him, until he got to an inn, to a hotel along the road. And he said to the innkeeper, "Can you take this man into your hotel and look after him?" So the innkeeper said yes. So the man was put to bed in the hotel. And then the Samaritan said to the person who looked after the hotel, "I'm going to give you some money now, and I'm going to be back here in a few weeks' time. If he's still sick, I will give you some more money. Can you look after him?" And the innkeeper said yes. Then Jesus said to the man who was asking him questions, "Who was the good neighbour? Who is the neighbour? Who do you think the good neighbour was here? And what does that tell us about who we should look after?" Bye for now. See you later. Keep safe.